Welcome to everybody for coming to the center. I believe that now we have got one member coming in so far. So here we have at the moment, with Isabel from Mintel. Basically in this talk, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about all about the food industry. Not that we're going to show you everything, but we're going to show you how you can get access to every single part of information that you may need. So I will leave you now with Isabel. Thank you so much. See you later.
Thank you. So yeah, my name is, sorry about the traffic. So my name is Izzy. I work here at Mintel, and we're a market research company. And I think today I'm just going to be showing you a bit about what you would have access to if you were to go into one of the public libraries, where you can find the information that you're looking for, and really just highlight that these reports are covering what consumers want within the food industry. So I'll start with sharing my screen. Let me do that. Okay, so this is what our main platform looks like. So when you log in at the library, you'll be taken onto this homepage, and the subscription many of the public libraries have, including Oxfordshire. And so they have access to our Mintel reports. These are category reports, so they'll look at food, drink, beauty, technology, but they give you a really nice 360-degree view of just showing you exactly what's happened in the last 12 months in that specific category. And inside each of these reports, you'll find information on the market. So I'll go into that shortly, but you'll find information on market forecast, what's happening in the market, as well as drivers. We then have a section on the consumer. So this is where you'll find our exclusive consumer research that's done for all of our Mintel reports, looking at attitudes, usage, kind of behaviours, just like what's driving and influencing consumers essentially. And then the final section looks at the brand and company. So kind of what companies have been particularly innovative within this field, and just generally what's happening in regards to in regards to launch activity. So when you come onto the main homepage, there's a couple of different ways that you can filter for the content. So if you were to come down, you can either search directly into the keyword search bar. So say if you were looking for a specific, a specific category, a specific kind of food item, or even like a theme, like sustainability, you'll be able to come in and type that here. Alternatively, I think sometimes what is easiest is using these filters up the top here. So obviously category, you can see the categories that you're able to filter the content out by. If we were to scroll down, you could come into food. We also not have just have it as a general category, but you can get down to a more granular level and look at snacks and confectionery, for instance. But what I will do is just click food as a whole category to show you what kind of content we have. So on the left here is an example of a report that's obviously been released recently. So this one was released in June. It's attitudes towards lunch out of home. It's set in the UK and was launched this year. So these are the category reports I'm talking about. But we also have shorter kind of update articles and news articles. And kind of a recent one here is how Iceland is set to launch a 3p sale to help shoppers with the cost of living. So it's also very topical as well. To filter for the actual, category reports, you will come into content types. You'll come down to where it says reports, and this will bring them up. So you're able to sort these by relevance or recency. You can also view it as a list as well. So there's a couple of different options. But if we just scroll down, these are the kind of reports that you'll expect to find under the food category. So we have one on world cuisines. We also have a leisure outlook, which is kind of a more general report, just looking what's happening in the leisure sector in regards to food. We then have ones that go into a lot more specific in terms of categories. So free from food, cakes, cake bars, sweet baked goods, as well as breakfast eating habits. So what I will do is I'm going to use the world cuisines as an example today. But you can jump to any of the three main sections, as you can see here, so the market, the consumer, and the brand and company. What I will do is open the whole report out firstly, just to show you what it looks like, and then also show you how to navigate them as well. So we have some information about our expert analysts that's actually written this report, and you can read more about them. It'll be a short biography on our analyst Alice. What's really nice about the Mintel subscription is that you don't just have access to the most recent report, you have access to all of the archive reports as well. This is quite nice if you want to run a comparison between what's happened this year in comparison to last year. It's a kind of standard that our reports are released on an annual basis. For some of the kind of more broader ones, like say if it's looking at attitudes, an attitudinal one rather than world cuisines or cake bars, that could be potentially released like every 2 years, but generally it's an annual, and they're released annually. So coming into the main title page, we have this quote from Alice, and if we come down and select more, this is going to give you a bullet point list of everything that's included in this report. So we can see it's looking at usage of frequency of world cuisines at home, also looking at launch activity, different choice factors between consumers when they're trying a new dish, as well as concepts of interest in regards to world cuisines, and some consumer behaviours actually just relating to the category itself. If we scroll down, before we jump into the three main sections, you do have an overview. So I think the reports are extensive. If they were in a PDF format, they can range anywhere between 60 to kind of 90 pages. So if you don't have that much time, but you want to kind of get smart quick on a specific category, you're able to come in, look at the overview, and either go into the executive summary or go into the issues and insights. It'll give you a really nice kind of top line view on what's happening in this report. So what I will do is open up the executive summary just to show you what this would look like. Again, we have the quote from Alice that we saw on the main title page, and then we have an infographic that's showing you a 5-year outlook for world cuisines, and we use a traffic light system. So we're looking at now, next, and then in the future. We can see that now, I'm presuming because of COVID, like people are only just starting to go on holiday again. It's like the category has probably done quite well, but we can actually see in the next and in the future there is a moderate impact. And looking, at 2025 to 2027, there's still high levels of interest. The current younger generations are expected to really still be buying into world cuisines. However, the high value ready meal segment is already it's under threat from improved cooking skills. So that's what the forecast is saying for this category. We'll then get on to the top line information from the three main sections. So we have some more information on the market, as you can see. It's all very topical. So you'll find information on COVID and also, the rise of living and inflation as well. We then have a market forecast for the next 5 years. As you can see, it's kind of steady growth, but no huge fluctuations. And then we'll get into some more information on the retail value sales of world cuisines. And then finally, we're into some information on companies and brands. So this is where you'll find, leading brands or products that have been particularly interesting, as you can see. And then if we come down, this is where you're going to find information on the consumer. So kind of behaviours, what they're purchasing, how they're feeling towards the category that you're looking at. So figure 6, for example, is asking how often have you eaten the following types of world cuisine at home in the last 3 months. You're able to see the options here, and then obviously the percentage of consumers that have or have not eaten a particular type of world cuisine. We then have some information on younger demographics, like so, and you can see the graph here with a breakdown of ages. So that's a really quick look at the executive summary. And as I said, it's really just like nice to come into if you don't have loads and loads of time, because it will give you that top line information on what's happening in the category that you're interested in. If we go back to the report summary, I'm just going to show you the three main sections. So again, this is the market. So this is giving you the market information, looking at forecasting, as well as, you know, the actual market size and segmentation and anything that's driving the market. So we've already seen the market forecast in the executive summary, but if we were to go into, say, for instance, market segmentation, I will just show you what that looks like. So we can see here we have some information on how ready meals are reversing perhaps the fortunes of world cuisines in this category, and then we have the same figure from, you know, the UK retail value sales for world cuisines, and then some information on, you know, less established cuisines are continuing to grow, and then the table that's, you know, that's showing you that. You're able to you know, click here to view the full table. Everything is fully based and sourced. If you have kind of any more information, I'll also show you how to get onto the methodology section, if you had any questions in regards to that. But looking at the consumer, this section is where you'll find all of the kind of information, the questions that we've asked, the exclusive questions that we've asked for this report, to really understand, you know, how consumers are feeling about a specific category. So just going back onto the consumer, this is really looking at any kind of social, economic, cultural influences that are happening, you know, within a particular category. So you can see that we have usage, attitudes to whether, you know, consumers even want to try you know, different cuisines, as well as, you know, just general behaviours. So if we were to just go into behaviours, I shall show you what this would look like. So figure 43, looking at behaviours related to world cuisines, do the following statements about world cuisines apply to you? So we can see here that, you know, 75% of consumers agree that I think world cuisine products make a midweek meal feel more like a treat. So you're able to take this data, you know, and really kind of use it as to, you know, whatever kind of category you're looking at. If you come in, you can see the percentages of, you know, what consumers are thinking about this and, you know, the behaviours towards it. And then finally, if we come down to the brand and company, so this is our brand research that's, you know, kind of conducted for the reports. So you're able to come in and have a look at the market share. As I said previously, you can also see any launch activity or innovation that's happening in the category, as well as what's happening in regards to advertising and marketing. If we go into launch activity and innovation, this is a really nice section to go into because it will show you examples of what interesting examples that have been taken from our analysts over the past 12 months. So again, we have a figure here that's looking at the company Patax and how they've released a plant-based biryani meal kit, being tailored to, like, perhaps I think it's try more vegetables, and, you know, tapping into vegetarians, vegans, and, you know, the kind of plant-based trend that we're seeing. And then coming down, kind of similar, we have some more new plant-based launches, and then some information on what's kind of happening in the food service, and yeah, just some more kind of recent examples of launches that our analysts are picking out and you know, thinking that this is, yeah, really interesting and important for us to be looking at over the past 12 months. Going back to the report summary, it's quite nice to know that when you have, you know, you have the overview, you have three main sections, the data will give you the appendix. So kind of any methodology, kind of things that haven't been covered in the report, you're able to go in and see, you know, the data sources, any abbreviations that we've been using, as well as, you know, how we've kind of conducted the forecast and so on. You can also search within a report as well. So say, for instance, if you're looking for a category and you're looking at a category but you want to really kind of focus on something like veganism, you can come in, type that here, And this will bring you the results for where we're seeing that, you know, kind of listed in the report. Are there any questions? Oh, you're on mute. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Isabel.
That's okay.
Basically, John had a question before, and he was asking about how we can access that information. That I've told them that they
Yes.
can do it from the library. And
Yes.
as well,
Yeah.
they would like to book a one-to-one. What I could do then is I could briefly just share as well this, how they can book any one-to-ones, which is just by sharing my screen. So then they can come here. And then from here, so I was getting this to show John how to do this. If we can put the website from the center, which is oxfordshire.gov.uk/BIPC, press enter. Then we have all the information here, and they can book any business support one-to-one. They can complete all the information that we'll say here, and then we will be able to solve them in the databases and much more than that. We have a lot of stuff that anybody can access, and everything we do it for free.
Yeah, it's really, you know, super useful. Not only kind of public libraries, but universities also use it. And I think it's really nice. A lot of my colleagues work with, you know, like huge food and drink companies, and they're also using our insights to, you know, launch new products, look for new flavors. So yeah, there really is. There's so much information, and that was just a very brief kind of overview of how to find a report and, you know, navigate within it.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that I have used Mintel myself in the past when I was at university, and it was one of my favorite marketing tools. It has so much information, so much insight, and yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of people can make a lot of use from it. And I think that once they come here, they can have a look at the databases that we have available. They can look at the information, and then they can build up on this. And as you said, we also have here members that, even for example, somebody else has wanted to look for yogurt drinks, and they were looking for different flavors and different things that they can do, and they can do it here at the library for free.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
But
it's great.
I believe that nobody's asking any more questions right now. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And yeah, thank you so much for coming to the meeting today. It was amazing.
Oh, that's
It was
absolutely
very good and really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Well, I'm sure we'll have a meeting on Monday and we can have a catch up then. Yeah.
Perfect. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Take care.
Okay, you too. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Bye-bye now.